you take a picture of it?
Oh, it's a video,
Does she feel done yet? She feel done yet? Alright, yay, yummy!
Babe. Here we go. Take 2. Hello my beautiful friends and family. I hope you enjoyed the little clippets that I have at the beginning of the video. Unfortunately, that is what I filmed for the day. It was really an emotional day. So many ups and downs of I'm doing it and how can I leave, and there were tears. There were definitely tears. And it was a really long and emotional day, and I felt really awkward pulling out my camera to film because it just felt awkward and wrong, and I've been trying to do this whole balance of being in the moment and wanting to record everything and then forgetting to like write stuff down. It's so much. But no, so I got to Chicago just fine. The flight was from Evansville to Chicago was so easy. And people said it would be like, you know, not the greatest and like wait till I get to the big airplane, but I was fine, which I was really thankful for. My flight to Chicago landed about 3. And so then it was supposed, landed a little after 3. So it's just supposed to be a couple hour layover until my next flight to London was supposed to take off at 7. Being a travel novice, I had booked my flight from Chicago to London and then booked my flight from Evansville to Chicago. So I had to go reclaim my baggage, go through security and everything, and like that was kind of intense, very sweaty, got very hot going through the airport. It's a very big airport, Chicago O'Hare, but it was an easy process. It was just fine. I lived through it. It was great. But then the layover was where it got hard, because the 3-hour layover turned into a 4-hour delay with the 3-hour layover, so that was long. Turns out that the plane that we were supposed to take off on had some sort of mechanical issue, so they had to get us another plane. Unfortunately, the other plane they had to fly in first from, I can't remember if it was New York or JFK or DC or wherever. So it took a while for it to get there, and then they had to go through the whole checking process again to make sure that that plane would be good for international travel and everything. For someone who was on her first great flying adventure, it was exhausting. My nerves were shot. I had been up since 6:30 in the morning, so I was very tired. I had already cried before I had left. I was sitting in the airport, like near tears, like just wanting to get on a plane and go home and just give up. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this? Like, this layover is a disaster. And it really just came down to, I was nervous about going away, and I was so exhausted. Because it's exhausting just sitting in uncomfortable chairs and having your nerves constantly be grinding on. But around midnight, I finally got to board. So it was January 4th when I boarded the plane and got my seat. I got an aisle seat, which I was super glad to have. It turns out I was sitting by a girl who was on her way to Harlexton, so we chatted a bit about what we were excited about, and that was really, really neat. And then I think I fell asleep before takeoff even happened. I had heard people say after the flight that I guess it was kind of a shaky takeoff, which I didn't notice at all. So I slept for about an hour, and then the food cart came by. Airplane food was sad. I was really disappointed that I had been woken up by the cart being next to my seat for that. But thankfully I fell back asleep, and the next time I woke up, we were somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean according to the map that was on the wall. And then I fell asleep again, and when I woke up again, we were over the UK, and we got a good breakfast, and then we were landing, and I was in London. So crazy, and let the day begin. So it was, our flight had originally been intended to get in to London around like 8 in the morning, and at this point it was 6 in the afternoon, or excuse me, not 6 in the afternoon, it was 1 in the afternoon in London, so like 5 hours after we were supposed to get there. So we get there, we get checked, like it's a long walk forever to find our luggage and everything. Finally there with the group, it's all good. Got on the bus to come to London. I was trying really hard to stay awake because that's what they had said to do, was stay awake. But I fell asleep on the coach, which did not affect my sleep at all later that night, thankfully. So I finally got to the manor, and it was nighttime, and it was pretty incredible. I think we were the first group ever to show up to the manor at night. And from there, it was just a whirlwind, just one thing after the other, and dinner, and meetings, and settling into our rooms, and oh my gosh, and then like let the weekend of just doing things like constantly begin. Saturday we got to go into Grantham for the first time, and I'll insert the only clip I have from that day here.
Ooh, an indoor place.
Does the important place have what we need? That's the real question.
I don't know, but there was a little.
Yeah. I just like, if I can at all find shower shoes, I would be like so happy, because that's like
a Walmart.
Oh really?
Look at your left.
Okay. I wanted to film more, which is why I brought my camera with me, but then I got into the magic that is Poundland and all of the wonderful cheap goodies that are there that I needed, all the essential like toothpaste and that stuff, and from there I just had such little time I didn't think about it pulling out my camera again, so oops. But it was another whirlwind of meetings, and there was a Kaylee dance, and oh my gosh, like that was so cool, so cool. We learned all these different traditional dances from around Europe, and there was a Kaylee band, and they taught us the dances, and it was so much fun, so sweaty after that night, oh my goodness. And then Monday morning classes started, which was crazy. It was like, I'm on Christmas break, I'm going on vacation, 2 classes, which is always a bummer, but classes are really interesting and going really well, and I'm really happy with that. And then that weekend, we went to London. Oh my gosh, London. Wow. It was everything I thought it would be, and then some. Just absolutely phenomenal. Wow. I don't even know what to say. I do have lots of video clips for that, and if I didn't include that here in this video, then there'll be another video. We'll see how I edit this. And yeah, I've only cried once since getting here, which I'm really surprised about, but I'm living my best life, and I am thriving, and I am making friends and figuring out a social life, and it's incredible. It's very different to only take care of myself. I got very used to helping take care of my sisters, and helping take care of my 4 dogs, and helping take care of my grandma, and and all of that, and family life, and work, and I don't work here. Like, school is my work, travel is my work, having fun is my work, which is incredible, and I'm hoping that it will really just change my perspective on everything. I'm on the Great British Adventure, and I can't wait for what's next.